Here we go. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Sip the Tatted Films. And today's going to be a little different. Today's the birthday vibes. Me, myself, and I. Today is my birthday. First off, before we get started, what's going to happen is I'm going to have a few people to join me. And we're going to, talk a little bit. Maybe some football talked about. May not be some football talked about. But Jared Green kicked the show off right. Dropping the deuce. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Jared. Jared always comes through and show support. But I'm going to have some friends on. I'm going to have some associates on. I'm going to have some coworkers come through. And I may answer a few questions. I may not. It just depends on how the vibes go. All right. But first off, I want to introduce a dude that's I've kind of picked him up since he graduated college. I gave him a ride to work for probably 2 years starting like 5 o'clock in the morning, and picked him up, gave him a ride to work, gave him a ride to the grocery store, anything he needed to do personally. I was there for him, and he's at that point he was kind of like my son, but now he's like my brother, one of my best friends in the world. He's the offensive coordinator, if I'm not mistaken, at Texas Wesleyan. We're gonna welcome in Dwayne Taylor. What up?
My dude, what's up, dog?
We good. And I said I gave the information right? You the OC at Texas Wesleyan, right?
I'm the passing game coordinator, wide receivers coach, and I am the recruiting coordinator at Texas Wesleyan University. So, man, this the 12th one, dog. I've been with you for 12 years, bro. 12th birthday, man.
It's been a lot of ups, a lot of downs, some good times, some bad times, but that's how you know you got real friends. You go through all the ups and downs, and y'all still rock it out like brothers.
Man, straight up, man. I'm having a little craft beer for you today. Got to do it for you, man. I'm happy to be on. never forget you let me do the first podcast I ever did in my life on the Sip to Tally podcast, and
Yep.
that thing did pretty good numbers to say it was only like the third or fourth one you ever did. So,
Right.
you know, I'm happy to be here, man.
For those that don't know, this technological adventure started with me just doing podcasts and interviewing people I knew and local people, and it kind of evolved into this Ravens thing. But the Raven thing kind of took off, and I'm sticking with that because it's a little bit more fun to do. The podcast was easier because you're just talking, but the Raven stuff, I get to implement some of the knowledge that I have to you guys. And I wasn't sure how it was going to be received, but it's 4,000 people later, it's been received pretty well and still growing. All right.
Man, I remember when you had that vision and you was like, man, I may be talking a little bit out of turn or too much, but you was like, man, I don't know how I feel about being in front of the camera. I was like, man, just get your ass up there and do it. Let's go, bro. And now look at you, dog. Like, proud. I don't know if the little brother can be proud of the big brother, but dog, what you doing is awesome, dog. And I'm a support every time you do something. And as much as I can be on here, I want to talk. May not talk about the Ravens too much. I'm a who that, but we're gonna be all right.
Yeah, Coach Taylor is a Saints fan, and I mentioned that maybe on the last live stream that I was a closet Saints fan too behind the Ravens. So somebody asked me anybody I wanted to see do well other than the Ravens, it would have to be the Saints, and probably distance played a part to that because New Orleans was so close to Natchez, and I've probably seen more Saints games than any team in the NFL.
Right. Yeah, man.
So
what you're doing is awesome, bro.
I got him on here first because the banner in the background was pretty much, I ain't gonna say it was completely his idea, but he kind of came up with that. So run with that story, Wayne.
Yeah, so on the he was talking about doing the podcast and stuff. He was like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna name it. And it was one of the days where I had me a few beers and a few drinks, and I was just sitting there and we were talking, and I was like, man, you from Mississippi, you went to Tallahassee, just call it Sip to Tally. He was like, I like that. Then 2 days later, he did a podcast and it was like Sip to Tally. I'm like, oh, okay, bet. But he ain't give me no naming rights or nothing, so I'm still waiting on my check, dog.
Hey, you got paid beforehand.
No doubt. You
got paid beforehand. So
no doubt, man.
As far as the give me a funny story that has to do with that you and I that you can kind of keep PG.
Okay, so I got two. I got a funny story, and I got a story that something that I'll never forget. So the funny story is the first time I ever met the dude. I always tell the story. I played defensive back at Alcorn State, and we had a clinic at the campus.
Alcorn State.
What'd you say?
At Alcorn State in the camera right there.
Yeah, man. Show the love to the reservation, baby. But yeah, so it was one day the Natchez coaches came to Alcorn to come in clinic, and I already had been hired, but I was just waiting to graduate. And and I came in and I introduced myself to him because it was the first time I ever got a chance to meet him. And I saw the head coach who hired me, and I talked to him, and I'm like, man, I'm a 21-year-old spring chicken. I'm trying to be nice to people and trying to be cool to people. And I shook his hand. I'm like, man, look, I'm gonna be the new DB coach at Natchez. He said, I don't care. We're gonna torch your ass every day in practice anyway. And I'm like, damn, bro, I mean, you don't even know me, dog. So that's how he came at me the first time I met him. But I mean, it was the best thing that ever could happen for me, man. Like you said, we're brothers, and that kind of segues into the next story. Never forget, man. It was a Thanksgiving, and Coach Ivan, his mom had triple bypass heart surgery, and it was she had just got out the hospital, and it was around Thanksgiving. And Coach Evans did this big Thanksgiving meal, man. We had turkey, macaroni, ham, anything you could think of. So I'm from New Orleans, and and I'm like, I'm just talking, and I'm like, man, I make some gumbo, and I'm 22, 23 years old. I never made gumbo in my life. Coach Evans don't know that till right now. I never made gumbo until that time. So his mom was like, I want some gumbo. That's what I want. And I went to her house. I text my mom. I called my mom, and my mom walked me through 2 hours of making gumbo. And we had a big Thanksgiving feast for his mom and stuff. And I think, the biggest thing for me is, man, a lot of y'all see Coach Evans on camera. Y'all see him doing what he do, talking about the Ravens and stuff. But if you ever came to Natchez, Mississippi, ask people about Coach Evans. If you're ever in Tallahassee, wherever, anybody that's been around him, he's one of the best dudes that you're gonna ever be around. And we're more than family. And and I would see his mom when I'm at the casino and stuff, and she would come run up to me and hug me like I'm him. It's like, hey son, how you doing? And I was like, I'm good. I was like, and then I go into little brother mode, son mode for real. Mama, give me $20. So it's all good, man. And man, I'm happy that you let me on first, and I'm happy that you get to see the tender age of 43. And you got
all I was.
Hey, I'm letting it be known, but you got a long way to go, man. And I mean, still my dude. Still got the wettest jump I ever seen.
You don't know about that.
Hey,
they think the rolls is a trip.
Man, I can go on and on, man. I can post a video of you shooting that thing in people's face, man. I can go on and on, man. But like I said, man, thank you for having me on, bro. And I want you to enjoy your birthday.
You ain't going nowhere yet. You're waiting on our other brother to fall in here. So I'm gonna keep you.
Bet. Either way, we all gonna fall in about an hour and a half, man. We gonna hang out. We gonna do our daily stress release, man. And because people don't realize that coaching, teaching, and stuff, man, it takes a toll on you, and you gotta have some kind of release. And I know, we both took up golfing and stuff. When we weren't quarantined, right. And now that we're quarantined, we had to pick up something else. So now, we're Call of Duty has become we're colonels in the Call of Duty army. So we going out and killing people. So
five-star generals,
five-star generals, baby. So yeah, man.
So, but as far as that Call of Duty thing, we kind of got a little game going within the game.
No doubt.
For those that don't know, it's a group it's about 6 or 7 of us, and normally it's about 4 or 5 of us on at a time. So if we don't play Warzone, whoever has the lowest number of kills in the match has to take a shot.
Gotta take a shot. You got to.
so it's been some games where people have like 45, 50 kills, and they at the bottom, they gotta take a shot. You gotta take a shot. So that's where we've been going with that. But tell us a little bit about Texas Wesleyan.
Yeah, so Texas Wesleyan is a program that started back in 2017. Texas Wesleyan had football in the early 1900s all the way up to 1941. December 6th, Texas Wesleyan played for the conference championship, and they won. December 7th, Pearl Harbor was bombed. Mm-hmm. So when that happened, team captains, everybody got together and said, hey, there's a little bit more important than playing football. Let's go fight for our country. 85% of the team died in the war. Wow. So football was discontinued since 1941, and 2016, our president decided to bring football back, and that's when they hired our head coach. And the first year we competed was 2017, but I was at another school. But the first year they competed was 2017. Cool thing about that, we had shirts that said undefeated since 1941. So, that got trashed real quick. People had to throw those shirts away after we had a bunch of freshmen going up against some grown men. But anyway, man, building the program is really good, man. It's like I said, we're going into year 4. Mm-hmm. Last year, offense, we had the number 14 ranked offense in the country. Mm-hmm. We've been getting a lot of D1 transfers. We get really good kids from all around the area. We hit Louisiana and Texas hard for sure. Trying to get some Florida guys, but so many good schools in Florida. Right. Kids don't want to pass that up. I mean, it's kind of hard to get a kid from the Panhandle to leave Florida and come to Texas when they can just go right down there to South Beach and go play at the new St. Thomas school. They can go play at Fort Lauderdale, the new school in Fort Lauderdale. A bunch of NAIA schools out there. So we're just on the rise, man. We're trying to make this thing right. We're trying to make it a premier place for kids in Texas, and hopefully we can start recruiting nationally and really get a bunch of kids nationally to come as well.
So what we're going to do now is I met Dwayne at the tender age of 21. So the next guy I'm gonna bring in, I met him through Dwayne, and so now it comes in. I don't have any brothers, like biological brothers. So the guys that I'm bringing in are like my set of brothers. But I'm gonna bring him in. Let me do that right now. So Fred Marcellus. Fred Marcellus runs a gym in my home.
What's going on?
Gym name, Fred?
What's that?
What's your gym name?
MDP Fitness. Mediocrity Doesn't Pay, LLC. Been established since 2014. Established in the state of Mississippi, October 23rd, 2017. Going on 3 years in October. Ivan's been one of the biggest supporters of that gym and facility. Anytime he would drive 9-10 hours, come right off the road, come get a workout with me in the morning, and then be back on the road. So there's little things like that have you, that make you consider people like Ivan family all day long. So I had to jump on and wish my dog a happy birthday.
All right, hold on, Fred. What I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna merge my guys with one of the guys I've been working with, because I know Scott got kind of, he gonna bump in and out. So what I'm gonna introduce you, Fred and Dwayne, to Scott from Birdland BS. It's a podcast. It's in Baltimore, and these are some of the guys. This is one of the guys I met through my Ravens podcast. What's up, Scott?
What's up, guys? How's it going? Happy birthday, man!
Appreciate it. And you see,
Scotty, what up?
Here, his background setup is way more professional than mine at the time. So he's been in the game for a minute.
I'm gonna tell you a little secret. Half of my basement is green screen. That's how Fred and I do this stuff.
Hey, Ike, you got to step your game up, dog. We thought you were professional. This dude killing you, dog.
Yeah, I'm new to it, but it's gonna come around. It's gonna come around.
You good, dog.
I had to get somebody out of here first before I got in this room.
Hey, coach is the best at breaking down game film. I'll tell you that. We gotta get you on Birdland BS to talk about some of these guys once we can actually get football going, man.
Right, exactly. And I can't wait to be on there. I just did a podcast last night with Abikuri. I think that's how you say his name on Twitter. I mess it up from time to time, and that was a blast. If you haven't seen that, I've retweeted a couple times a day. We talked about the draft picks. The guy caught up with his wife, Earl Thomas, talked about some other things, and it was pretty cool.
Earl.
We know it's hot news.
Right. So now this is what I want to know from you, Scott. When I came to the game in December, it was rainy, so I didn't get to kind of get out and venture like I wanted to. The best place on the harbor, I think it's the inner harbor right there. Mm-hmm. What's that? The best place to eat.
Ooh. I mean,
I'm thinking about it because you gotta go there.
If you like chain, Fogo's the way to go. Brazilian steakhouse, you get cut meat all day, all you can eat. It's the way to go.
Yeah,
that's what it do.
I've been to one Brazilian steakhouse, and I went in Aruba. And the funny thing about that is, you like you said, you can get the different meats and whatever cut off right there in front of you and you eat. The best thing I had there, and it was my first time having it, was grilled pineapples.
Oh yeah. Man, I made grilled pineapples at the house one time when we used to barbecue at the house.
I ain't eating.
Don't nobody want them 504 pineapples, man. Don't buy them things.
The purpose of this stream is to kind of blend what I do on YouTube with my guys that I really, really rock with, and just let them meet. And so y'all kind of follow each other through social media, and like when you see something, you don't have to be afraid to say hi because you met somebody new. No doubt. Scott just met 2 new people, and y'all met somebody new, and it's probably gonna, venture like that, depending on who jump in and who jump out.
Yeah, you guys got to be like our eyes down there in Mississippi. Then, if you guys got guys of talent that we need to be paying attention to, you got to let us know. We can try. Not that we're in Eric DeCosta's ears, but we'll try and guide the conversation for the Ravens through you.
No doubt. Hey, Scott, that's your Twitter name, Scott?
Yeah, at Scott BLBS. That is my Twitter handle. Yep.
As soon as I get off, I'm gonna follow you.
Plug it all over right now.
Yeah. I mean, so Scott BLBS, my co-host Fred at Fred BLBS. We do Birdland BS. It's our podcast. We actually also do. He does Shell and Tell, which is a Maryland Terrapins based podcast. But we talk everything, and we love breaking down stuff. We love talking to the guys. You know, this honestly, Coach, this YouTube thing that we've got going in the background. We talked about it this past week. Fred brought it up. It's such a community. Right. In some other instances, in some other media, you get people that pit themselves against each other, and it's who's better. And no, I'm working with it. I'm not going to help you. That's the best thing about this YouTube community, man, is that we all work together and we're willing to help each other out, help each other grow and get bigger. Because as we do it, if we do it as a community, we all help each other. We're all getting better at this, and we're all becoming experts on our own thing. So
that's awesome, man. I got a question for you, Scott.
Yeah,
I'm from New Orleans, and I am a college football coach. I love college football. Maryland Terrapins. How do you feel about Lance LeJard?
So Lance has a lot of upside. The biggest knock with him is that people are saying that his accuracy is going to be a problem, and you saw that in the Netflix QB1 piece. I think he needs the time to develop and needs the playing time. Honestly, Fred and I were extremely pissed off when they did not play him as much as a redshirt. They redshirted him, and they really should have been playing him the whole game. Those games, they let him play like a quarter, and that's not something you can get into. They had the chance. They were already down. They had a losing season. That was their chance to put him in and see what this kid can do.
Correct.
And they didn't do it. I think he's got a lot of upside. I really am excited to see what they can do. I know there's a kid, Fred was talking about him the other day. This kid, Tua's brother, that has Maryland down as his second, as in his top two, coming out of Alabama, out of the transfer portal. So that could create some complications. But Lance LeJard, I think, has a lot of upside. From everything I saw, it was really nice to see the QB1 piece, because you got to see what type of player he is. And he has put his best foot forward. He is not cocky. He is not overconfident. He's willing to learn. And that's exactly what you need to do right now. And you need to do that under Mike Loxley, who's a recruiter. He's built a coaching staff around him too.
Yeah. Well, two things. Lance LeJard, I hope they don't. Well, I think he's a way better passer than Tutu Atwell. But a lot of people try to put him in that Tutu Atwell deal, like the guy, Tutu Atwell with the Louisville. Lance LeJard can fly. And also, number two, me and our coaching staff, we were actually in that show. So when you watch it again, you'll see.
Oh, you're gonna maybe go back and watch it now, yeah.
We were out there recruiting, and we weren't recruiting him for sure. We couldn't get him, but we definitely were on that show. But yeah, I think Lance is a talent. I think he has a big arm, but he does it, like you said, it's not accurate. Right. And he kind of got lucky because he got Munchie Legault, the guy that played at Cincinnati. He got him as a quarterback coach kind of late in his high school career. So I think that Lance is really good. And don't know him personally. I know all of his coaches personally. I know Munchie personally. I know all those guys personally. But I think Lance is really good. But yeah, it's good to hear your take on that.
Yeah, I'm excited. They got Piggy still there, which Piggy's so hit or miss for us. Tyrell Pigrome, he's so hit or miss. He's not a guy that you can really rely on. So seeing what Lance can do, I'd be excited what they can bring him in, especially early in the season, or even in preseason, being able to see what he can do.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey Scott, I appreciate you coming through. I got a little line going, so I'm gonna pump you out. But I knew you said you was gonna be in and out.
Yeah, I gotta go anyway. I gotta put the kid to bed, man.
Okay, well, handle your business, man. I appreciate you.
I appreciate it. Happy
I'm
birthday.
gonna hit you on Twitter, Scott. I'm hitting you on Twitter.
I'll find both you guys too. And here's to you, Coach. A little shot for you. Happy birthday, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Sir.
All right, this next guy I'm bringing in, he was one of my first players once I moved to Tally. He now plays for the University of North Carolina. He just been freshman year. His dad is the Bruz, root to the Bruz. So maybe some future if he got the cojones to do that. But this is being one of my players to a good kid I can talk to now that with a good head on the shoulders. Finished Left Lincoln High School is probably one of the better players to come through there. And they got a ton of good players to come through there. So Without further ado, I'm bringing in Kamar Morales. What up?
What up? How y'all doing?
Good. Quarantine on. Quarantine. Kamar, I don't know if you know, this is a good friend of mine, Coach Taylor from Texas Wesleyan. And this is another good friend of mine, Fred Marcelli. These my dudes. Like, if you got some dudes in high school at Lincoln that you rock with, for real, that's what these two are for me. So basically, I'm just introducing you to them. And I want you to come and tell a quick story about our encounter together in our relationship. And don't tell the story about I ain't from here.
He cracking up too.
And that story hilarious. We can. I don't know if we can tell that one on.
Just hit me on group. Hit me on group meet. Give me that story on group meet.
That's a great story though.
I need to let what's count tell it, because he was one of the recipients of. I need to let Glaze tell it.
Yeah.
But yeah, talk about your freshman year at UNC.
My freshman year, it was different.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you that much. It was definitely different. You go from being the guy to just being another guy,
Mm-hmm.
And people, told me that was gonna happen, but I mean, you coming out of high school, you think like, nah, that ain't gonna be me. Like, I'm too good for that. Like, I'm still gonna be the guy, And then, bam, reality hit, and I go from, oh, I'm gonna come in and start, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, to, oh, I'm red shirt. And at first, it's a tough pill to swallow when you go from playing all your life to not
having this shit.
You got to humble yourself a little bit, But I will say I felt like I took advantage of the opportunity. I took that time to get better every single day, both mentally and physically. Whether it was staying at the practice every day or watching extra film, I felt like I took advantage of that time. Especially like being on scout team and like blocking the guys that I blocked. One of them just got drafted to the Miami Dolphins. So yes, sir, Jason Strobridge.
Yep.
So
Be nice.
My freshman year definitely, had its ups and had its downs from a football standpoint, but as far as a social standpoint, I absolutely loved it. First time away from home, you kind of can do what you want, to a degree. You got a lot more freedom in high school. You got to be smart with it, but I feel like the people that's in my circle are kind of like how y'all are with Coach Evans. I've kind of found those people already that I can tell, like, they got my best interests at heart, and I feel like they think like how I think, like they see the bigger picture. So
good.
You got to choose your friends wisely, and I feel like I'm doing that thus far.
Good. And what you don't know about Kamar is his family, his entire family bleeds green and gold at Lincoln High School.
Yep.
And correct me if I'm wrong, your mom's in Lincoln's Hall of Fame, right?
She is.
That's dope.
What the Ravens people will appreciate is that Lincoln is the high school that Buck Allen went to. Everybody in Baltimore loves Buck Allen. I mean, they Buck Allen freak. So this young man is on the screen, went to the same high school that Buck Allen went to, and never know, in 3-4 years time, hopefully he may put on some purple and black.
Yep.
Yep.
Coach Evans talked about you a lot, man. I was recruiting 2 of your offensive linemen. Can't remember their names. When I was at Trinity, remember I was recruiting those 2 guys? I think it was the center. I can't remember, but he talked about you a lot, man, and he's super proud of you. So keep doing what you're doing, and all those Jordans you can't fit, send them my way, dog.
I already hit him for some hot what's that? What I asked you for? You said you couldn't get him the bowl gift.
Oh, that's right. He asked me for out working out in a little long sleeve.
Yeah.
That's
like, I need that. I like the bowl gift.
Fred's a North Carolina fan too, though. So anything they send you that's too small, Fred might get that too.
XL all day, homie. Yeah, send that. Hey, but real talk. Hey, I felt you. It's really good to hear a young man humble himself when he says, I was the man here and I'm transitioning and had the red shirt. I can tell you, I played with Dwayne at Alcorn, but like I went through that my whole life, like my whole college career. I'm not embarrassed to say that. I had to earn my stripes on special teams and stuff like that. So the old adage, you stay ready so you won't have to get ready. Man, take advantage of that red shirt year to get those mental reps, to get your body prepared for the transition and going in from spring, going into fall camp, stuff like that, and just stay in competition mode all day long. Because one thing I've learned about football, I don't care if it's 9-on-7, I don't care if it's special teams, I don't care if it's offense, defense, spring game, whatever. You're always going to get an opportunity every year and every week of practice to do something to catch your coach's eye and to force his hand to make your situation different. So just Dwayne's situation was like that. He consistently made plays when he had to, when it counted, to get on the field and do his thing. So for me telling you, just keep your head strong, stay up, and just keep doing your thing, man. You're a young black strong man out there in North Carolina, bruh. It don't get much better. A lot of kids don't get that opportunity. Don't waste it.
For sure. I will give a shout out to his mom too, because anytime she whipping it up, I get a call either from her.
You gotta go get it.
From her, from him. Like when he come home, I know to kind of expect that. Hey, my mom cooking.
Yeah.
We ain't turning down, and we ain't turning down no meals. We ain't turning down no meals.
Hey, it's funny you say that, cause my mama outside, she just finishing up grilling. She cooked some chicken, some ribs, some chicken and rice.
Hey man, don't cut the podcast short.
You can Amazon Prime me a plate. Amazon Prime me a plate.
So before I get Kamar out of here, everybody loves Hail Mary. Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary.
God be game. So
at the time, I'm at Lincoln. Kamar's on, playing receiver, tight end for us. And I'm gonna take you through my thought process. And you may not even know this, but I'm gonna go ahead and spill the beans. So obviously I'm in the box. And we have them, we're winning, and we have them on their negative like 4 or 5 or 8, somewhere, they had like 90 plus yards to go. And so I'm nervous about it. We get a big sack by a linebacker, Sabeski. And so now it's like 3rd and maybe 20 from like the -4. Where they hit a sluggo for the whole thing.
Dang.
So I got to back up a little bit. Before all that, I text my wife, because I'm in the box. I said, we're going to beat these dudes. So then all that happened, and they hit the sluggo, and I text her back, man, we lost these dudes. It's we got another 50 seconds. We got another 50 seconds left. So we get the ball. We hit something happened on first down, don't get it. We hit like a over by the receiver by Stan, and we get like
Stan caught that over
30, 40 yards. So now we're right at like the 50. Maybe give it either 45. So we got one play left. A quarterback roll out a little bit, throw it up. Now they on garbage team at the time, if I'm not mistaken, including the kids this year, everybody on that defense fine.
Them dudes was good. I remember you sent me the film. Them dudes was good.
Some of them were sophomores that was on the field, but the class that we just pushed out, everybody that was on that field at that time signed with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 people. So the guy that's at Maryland that we just finished talking about has a chance to knock the ball down. Instead of knocking it down, because it was a picture with his ball everybody. He tried to hit it. And
that's rule number 1.
That dude,
never.
He catches a Hail Mary and takes off running to the other sideline.
Hey,
about it. How'd you feel in that moment?
When it had happened, I'm gonna be real with you. When Stan and all them boys had caught that over, I wasn't on the field.
Mm-hmm.
We in 10 personnel. So the game on the line, this is the biggest game in the city, and I wasn't on the field.
They were undefeated.
So, and they undefeated. So in my mind, I'm like, man, what they got going on? Like, why am I not on the field? Like, it's clutch time. I need to be on the field. I can hear my Uncle Craig, put Kamari in the game. Put Kamari in the game. I finally go get the receiver. I ain't saying no names. I finally go get him out. We throw the Hail Mary, and I caught it. And the thing is, I knew I caught it. So my biggest thing was I want to like get up to like show the ref like I caught it. Cause you know like in high school ain't no instant replay.
Right.
So whatever call you get on
the
the
thing
field,
about that is when he caught it, in high school the refs can get lazy. When he caught the ball, there wasn't a referee around.
Wasn't a referee around.
And he got up and did what he did. Which go ahead and tell him what you did.
So I had soon as I got up, I just put the ball in the air. I put the ball in the air. I said, 1 Mississippi. Threw that thing down, ran to the other sideline, pointing at him. Superman. I was hurt. And the thing is, our offensive coordinator from the previous year, he left over some. Hold up.
Now you don't worry about that. You keep talking. You keep talking. We'll get to that.
All right. He had left the previous year over some things or whatever. So, but me and him still cool to this day. So I was like, I got to find Jaquez Green. I got to find him. And once I found him, I pointed at him. And you can see it on like the 1st and 10 films video. You can see me pointing at him and Coach Green just sitting there like stunned. But I knew I had caught it. And people was like, nah, he ain't catch it. I still remember that play to this day because Stan and Dunmore went up for it.
Mm-hmm.
I was trailing behind them.
The other receiver got jammed up so bad.
You said what?
Marco got jammed up so bad.
So bad. And then Cortez tried to catch the pick. The next thing you know, boom, the ball bounced up. I dive in there and get it. We go crazy. We storm the field. So the referee ain't had no choice but to say touchdown. It was too many people on the field.
That was the one and only Hail Mary I've been a part of. But before I get you out of here, Jared has a question, and he donated $5 in the super chat. Say, Coach, ask him how USC gonna be on D this year because the defense has to help y'all out, and I think y'all mean the offense.
I think defense is gonna be really well this year. Considering, I mean, you got to think Chad Surratt was in his first year playing last year, and at linebacker, he played 1 year, and now Mel Kiper got him at the number 2 linebacker in this year's draft coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So we were very, we had experience and we didn't have experience on defense last year. I mean, it was a whole new system, but I think we're going to be really, really good on defense this year. We struggled in the secondary a little bit, and that was because of all the injuries. But now everybody healthy, and we got a transfer from Clemson that's now eligible, and we got a transfer from Virginia Tech that's now eligible. And both of them play corner. So that provides more depth and more competition. And I feel like the defense is going to help us out a lot this year, and we got a lot of good young guys that got some experience last year. Some guys that redshirted like how I did. That I feel like is going to step up and make a lot of plays this year.
I appreciate it, Kamari. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna ease you on out of here. I appreciate you answering that question too, and tell your mom I said hi. Tell your dad well soon, and hopefully after all the quarantine stuff is over with, we'll see you on the field in the fall.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all having me.
Appreciate it.
Good luck, brother. Good luck, man. Do well, man.
Hey, hold on.
God bless. God bless, little bro.
Mine, yeah. Today is.
I ain't know that. Happy birthday. What year? 21?
Yeah, 21. Yeah, I like that.
That's right.
21. Let's go run the later. I might throw it. I ain't running them. All right, Kamara, I appreciate it.
All right, no problem. Y'all have a good one.
Yes, sir.
You too, man.
All right, Fred. Since I kind of bounced over a little bit, we need a share a good memory or a funny you can share here with us involved.
All right, you want a good PG moment that's all of us involved?
It can be all, but it can't be no more than that.
Oh no, I'm gonna be professional. Now I'm gonna be real. Like I remember first time I met you, we had that suite at the Magnolia Bluff Hotel, and we were doing the King and Queen party for the Mardi Gras ball. And me and Dwayne was tight when he had first moved down here. He was like, I'll never get Wayne called me hype. Like, look, Fred, you still at Natchez? Like, I'm finna come coach at Natchez High. Like, we gotta reconnect and link up. And that was my dog forever. And he was like, he hit me up and said, hey man, I got a coach that I coach with. You mind if you come? I said, no, as long as you cool, it don't matter. And I remember it was awkward at first. I think you went to the other room to go holler at my mom and dad, and like me and Ivan was in the room. And we dabbed each other up, but ain't say nothing. And I forget I had the 2 bottles of Ciroc over on the table, and Ivan with that look was like, what you got there, fella? And I'm goofy. I did the little shit from Chappelle show. I said, "Oh, little diddy bop," and he started laughing. From there, it was just good drinking, good vibes. Always invite me to the house, barbecuing. No vegetables at all, just one big pot, pork chops, ribs, meat. We never had meat. Sides. Straight meat, no sides. Like if you bought sides to the house, we were gonna talk about you.
No doubt.
Meat in there.
No doubt.
Meat, beer, and water, and Powerade. That's it. That's all
That's it. No sides. No sides.
And I can always think of like me and Ivan had the same interest in music. Like Lil Wayne and went on tour. My sister stays in Houston, and my sister know Ivan. Like we just brothers. It is what it is. And Ivan was like, dog, I want to go to that concert. I was like, shoot, if you get a hold of some tickets, I think shoot you that PayPal. Like let's do it. We got a place to stay. We ain't got to spend a whole lot of money. And man, that was one incredible 2 days. Like we went ham going down there. So we touched down, we went to that concert, and afterwards was just ridiculous.
I'm a fanatic. On the concert Fred speaking about, we paid like 130, 140 for it. But the intermissions, he had like 4 intermissions, and they were at max 5 minutes apart. The concert started at 7. It didn't end till like 11:30. So you get out of what, 4 and maybe 4.5 hours, you had like a 20-minute break. That's more than worth. Because think about it, Drake had just popped off, so we got Bun
Rick Ross,
we got Rick Ross, we got
Drake,
Nicki Minaj, we got Drake, we got Wayne, and we had somebody else.
Travis Barker was doing a drum set.
Yeah, Travis Barker did a drum set, and we got all.
And on top of that, we 25 rows back from the stage, floor seats in the aisle, and then the intermissions was lit. Because the DJ just was playing everything. Yep. It was dope vibe. And then we went to the club afterwards, and man, whole lot of Patron.
My first and only Houston club experience, and I had a blast. But speaking of Houston, we get
D Smooth.
Yes, sir. Ray-Ban Shorty.
One of the youngest.
I can't even hear Ike, man. I don't know what's going on. I can't even hear.
Man, figure it out, kid.
Figure it out.
I'm gonna hop back on. I got a Zoom meeting for about 10 minutes, and I'm gonna hop back on.
Okay, appreciate it.
Buff Bagwell.
All right.
So, can you hear me now?
Buff Bagwell.
Can you hear me?
What's happening, fella?
So this is one of the youngest of the group, and he actually
can't
played.
hear Ivan, man. It's got to be me.
You don't hear me?
It can't be his fault because it's his birthday.
Yeah, you gonna again. We're gonna have to remove.
We can hear you, fool.
Fix it. Text him and tell him to fix it. So I'm gonna bring this guy in. This guy right here. This is my boss. This is the head coach at Amos P. Godby High School. He was. If you listen to the Sip the Tally podcast last year or year before last, when it was just a podcast. He was a frequent guy on there talking about football. He's a graduate of Lincoln High School, which is the school me and Morales played at, and I worked at. He was there for what you got 3 state championships. You played for 1, then you coached with 2, or is that right?
I coached for 1 and played for 2.
Played for 2. That man got 3 state championships. I'm still chasing my first. I'm out here ring chasing. Welcome in, Coach Brandon McCray.
What's up, Coach? How you doing, Wayne? Good to meet you.
Hey, same here, Coach. We need to link up, man. We need to link up. We should have been linked up.
This is my connect from Texas Wesleyan. He's the recruiting coordinator at Texas Wesleyan also. So
Hey, Coach,
I got the swag schools plus him. That's my assignment.
Hey, Coach, let me tell you now. You got me on the broadcast, man. You got to make sure you do the city out on my voice. I know I sound like a banjo. Hey, but that's why it's good to be on here with people from Mississippi and Texas.
Hey, what you gonna say?
They can understand me.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So what I want you to give us is what was your first year of being a head coach like? Because it was his first year as a head coach, been coaching for 13-ish years. First year as a head coach. What was that experience like?
Man, it was a wild ride, but it was really fun. I tell you, being an offensive line coach helped me have an enjoyable year because as an offensive line coach, you always worried about stuff. So it kind of was an easy transition to going in, like I guess some of the headaches that come with it. I was kind of used to that part, but I had to get used to it being, instead of protecting the quarterback and opening up holes, it was, taking phone calls about playing time and setting up pregame meals. So, the problems changed, but it was kind of the same as being a position coach. But I really enjoyed it, man. I tell people it was more so year zero for me and not year one. I think next year will be year one because we're going to really get to see the fruits for all the stuff that we did this year.
All right. With that being said, give me probably your most memorable moment as a player. So that's probably going to take you back to your Lincoln times. Give me a story that you can talk about, about your player.
Man, you know what? My most memorable moment, and I guess to kind of keep it short for timing purposes, I tell you, it was 2 games. It was my junior year. We lost in triple overtime. We had a kick block. I was actually the long snapper, and Reggie Nelson, who played at University of Florida, played at NFL. He actually jumped over our guard and blocked the kick, and we were about to go to state, and that was the game. We played Palm Bay, and that was the game. Everybody knew the winner of that game was going to win the state. So, we were going to be the first undefeated team in Tallahassee history. We were 14-0 then. We were coming off a state championship the year before that. So it was going to be a big deal, and we lost in triple overtime, got a field goal block. Fast forward to the next year and being on the bus and listening to those seniors crying, man, and their last game and to go out like that, it was gut-wrenching, man. And then fast forward to my senior year, we got in the same situation against Pensacola Pine Forest. And they asked us before the play, they got the 4th down, they said, we scored in overtime, and they said, y'all want to kick a field goal or y'all want to go for 2? And everybody at once said, we going for 2. We weren't going to put it on no snap, no kick or nothing like that. We decided we're going to go out there and try to win it, get it how we live. So we ran naked. We ran naked, so it was easy on the offensive line. We just came off the phone and, just prayed after that. And, my homeboy, tight end kid named Justin Woody, he ended up catching that 2-point, and we actually won state that year. We beat them and went on to beat St. Thomas Aquinas for the state championship that year. So, it was a learning lesson, man, and that's why I try to preach to our kids. Like, even when you go through adversity, you can learn something for this to go on and do something great later on down the road.
And before I get you out of here, what was it like to work with me this year? Because sometimes,
hey, hold on, wait. Hey, that man started laughing when he said that because he knows.
Let me tell you now, and a lot of people don't realize it, but Coach Evan, and I ain't gonna call him no old man, but he older than me, and so that was one of the perks of me feeling like he was gonna be a great fit at Guyver. And I really, he was the first person that I gave a call to when I wanted to build a staff. Everybody had told me how he was a student of the game. I worked with some guys before that were good football minds, and he was in that same that same kind of area as far as he studied football. He was a hard worker, and I knew all those attributes. But I tell you, the biggest thing that coach brings to the staff, man, is I'm as a first year head coach. Sometimes you kind of question yourself, and you kind of like, man, like am I doing this how I need to do it and stuff like that. And I tell you, in our meetings, Coach Evans sit to my left. He's sitting in the same seat every time. You don't want nobody to take his seat. All right. And I tell you, a lot of times after I say something, if I make a big decision that, kind of going to swing what we're doing as far as the program, he don't notice it. But I always kind of, I kind of glance over there and I look out the corner of my eye because I know he got more experience than me. And I trust I trust his, his opinion on things. And so I always look to my left to, see how this facial expression, he don't say much. Right. You don't know about his facial expression, how he feel about it. So
that's a flaw that I've been working on for 40 of these 43 years. I don't really say a lot, but if you can look at me and in the moment, you're gonna almost know exactly how I feel.
Yeah. Oh, you gonna know.
Hey, we had a kid this year that we, for discipline reasons, we had to sit him down. And I remember I dreaded this too. And I'm the head coach, so I could pretty much do what I want, but I had to go to my assistant head coach, my OC, and I say, Coach, man, you think we should put him in? And oh man, he gave me the death stare out this world. He looked at me like, why did you ask me that crap in the middle of this game? And I'm trying to call these plays, but you need that.
It's because coaching football and you being a head coach, and I haven't been there yet, but it's all about learning. And at that particular moment, we were in a sticky situation.
Yeah.
We knew, putting him in would have helped the team, but the way that game panned out, we didn't have to cross that bridge.
Yeah.
Putting him in would have helped the team. Probably would have brought morale up for almost everybody with the exception of one or two players. But we didn't have to do it, and it panned out right, and it just Lord worked.
It helped us out. Hey, Coach, it helped us out when we got the playoffs because our whole team realized like we can believe in ourselves too, not just the stars.
Yep.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Coach, for spending a little time with me. I got about 2 minutes trying to get out of here before 9. I appreciate you taking time out, and I'll see you soon because we're in the same city.
Got you, Coach. Appreciate you having me on, man. Happy birthday, brother.
Appreciate it. Go Cougars.
All right, now.
Hey, Coach, be good now.
Next, what's up, Sonny?
Hey, Coach, how you doing, bro?
I'm good. So I'm gonna add 2 people right quick.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get this one. All right, so Smoot, you can hear me now, Smoot?
Okay.
So Wayne, this is Sonny. This is one of the Ravens podcasters I met while doing my Ravens journey.
Yo,
correct me if I'm wrong, Sonny. Sonny's from Puerto Rico, right?
Hell yeah.
He lives in the Maryland area now, but he's originally from Puerto Rico, and he's one of the most knowledgeable Ravens fans I know. His specialty is the cap, like knowing the money of different Ravens and how they would fit and whatnot. He be on it. And basically we've been. I don't know if our journey started around the same time, but we've been growing together as channels, and we do things a little different. So that's we have our own little lane. But like Scott said earlier, there isn't any hate / competition / any of the negative things that go along with kind of doing the same type stuff. We all work together because we all get on each other's show. We all follow each other. We all got each other back. Like when he had a podcast when we weren't doing so good, and he had the other teams in the division on there, and they were blasting. And I tell you, I was almost ready to fight. Those guys for him. And Wayne, you know my loyalty is once you get my loyalty,
no doubt.
Once you get my loyalty, you got it, but you don't get it easily. So I was ready to fight that for Sunday because they wouldn't even let me get a word out.
I know, man.
They were just coming in. So talk about your channel for a minute, son.
Well, SCG Sports, Ravens Contact. I try to do a video once a week live, and then other videos as the season goes. We also have the AFC North Talk, which is a Ravens, Browns, squealers, and bungles.
Squealers.
Yeah. We have ravens, we have clowns, we have squealers, and we have bungles. We covered the 4.
So above you, Sonny, you have a Saints fan.
And I call them the Aints. That's okay.
Come on, man. See, Sonny, I thought we was cool.
But Wayne, I will have to say,
you got a Cowboys fan.
Okay, so let me address Wayne first. Wayne, the Aints are the team that I root. If it is not the Ravens, the Aints are my second team. It's like my second.
Come on now, Sonny.
The what?
Come on now, Sonny. How you gonna root for them?
I had no love for the Cowboys. None.
Oh,
never.
I'm surprised you don't have a nickname for the Cowboys.
I mean, there's the typical the cowgirls and stuff like that, but it's hard to be creative with the Cowboys because there's so much hate for them that they have all different nicknames already, and the nicknames is all in fun, right? I tell it to my guys in the podcast, the other tubers. I call them out, but I think the Cowboys and the Saints are one of the 2 best teams in the NFC this year.
I agree.
And let me say this too. I know this is not at the moment, but just a quick. If I was a Cowboys, I will say to Dak Prescott currently, this is my offer. Find a better offer and let him go. And you have no drama.
I agree. Me personally, I feel like Andy Dalton in that system. I feel like Andy Dalton can actually be decent in that system.
Yeah, and Dak will be better than Andy Dalton. But the problem is, at this point, you're gonna go with this drama for a while. And in my opinion, you say this is my top offer. I can't do more than this. Here, if you find a better offer, well, you know what? Congratulations. At this point, there's no market for a quarterback. Not for
He's
Dak.
not gonna find an offer.
Exactly. And that's the way they pressure. I don't know what Jerry Jones scared of doing that. But anyway, because I was gonna be here for a moment and I get sidetracked and start talking football. I just came in to say shout out to Coach. Oh, but love, enjoy your birthday. Have a hell of a stream. Had a hell of a night. Take care, my brother.
I appreciate it, son. Appreciate it for stopping through.
Yes, sir. Take it easy, dog.
Take care, my guys.
So, in the chat box, we have what's the B word, and that guy, Wayne, what's the B word is from Vicksburg. Smoot.
Oh, word.
Smoot, you might have played against him. Were you on the team when we played Vicksburg and Jason ran 14 for the entire 4th quarter and overtime?
And overtime, yeah, we won in the overtime.
What's the B word was one of the middle linebackers for Vicksburg that year. He also does Ravens content too. But when I found out where he was from and mentioned that to him, he was like, "Yeah, I ran the same quarterback run." I was like, "Yep, we sure did."
Sure did.
Yep.
Hey.
and beat him in the box.
5, man. Hey,
So,
Jason pulled more times on doing the 4th quarter in that drive than he should have.
Right. Exactly.
He was like, you know what? Y'all got to tackle me.
So Smoot played, and Smoot didn't get a proper introduction because he had technical issues. Smoot played at what's the name of the school again? No, I forgot.
Washington
Baptist, because it's close to Arkansas.
It's in Arkansas.
It's in Arkansas.
Yeah,
he played at Washington Baptist. Actually played for me. I don't think he played for you, Wayne. You wasn't there yet.
No, Smoot. Nah. So Smoot's senior year of high school was my junior year of college because Jason was supposed to sign with Alcorn. He didn't sign, and then Ed actually came. Jason didn't. Right. So Smoot's freshman year of college was my senior year of college.
Okay, gotcha. So he played for us, and what I want you to tell these people that don't know that side of me is, yeah, we did blow Port Gibson out 72-0. We did. How was it? What was it like playing for me at the time? Put aside where we at now.
Yeah.
No, just being real. I mean, I'm just being honest, like, because remember, I played DB and you was receiver coach.
Right.
So I used to like it. We used to talk trash. Like, I remember one day, I'll never forget this day. They out there, Ed tearing them up. Ed tearing up everybody. He run them out and up. And ain't nobody even thought to realize that he running the same route over and over and over and over. Okay. They like, can't nobody stop that stuff. Bro, I got him. Come on, move. I got him. Okay. I been like, yeah, come here, Ed. Like he changed the play. I ain't changing the route at all. I ain't stupid. So Ed run out and I just take off.
I just take off cover 3. Just take off. And we in one-on-ones now. We in one-on-ones. I just take off. Come on, you gonna throw me the ball. He threw it. Jason threw it up. I picked it off. I was talking, no, man. Dude out here, he know the play. I said, we ought to run something different.
Hey, I remember that because just think about it. When you on one-on-ones is man-to-man.
Yeah.
This
so that route is always open.
He dropped the cover 3.
Hey, I just back fell out when he ran out. I just took off, started shuffling, looking for the ball. Boy, he got hot, boy.
Right.
Yeah. Don't be cheating the route. Don't be cheating the drill.
I did.
Don't cheat the drill.
Hey, I got.
Yeah, what I say. You better run
A couple more people to intro, and I ain't know this dude was gonna be on here. I ain't gonna say he's my birthday twin, but his birthday was yesterday, and this is my dude right here. Fred got to kick it with him at the wedding. So what up, Demo?
What's going on, bro? You all right?
It's my dog right there.
So, my birthday today. Daryl's birthday was yesterday. He got the beer game on strong. I ain't seen him in a minute. He was pooped up.
That quarantine beer, man.
He got the quarantine.
Got the quarantine.
God.
Man, happy
birthday to you, man. How you feel to be a year older?
Oh man, got up this morning, knees hurting, back hurting. But I feel good, man. Blessed and highly favored, man. How you feeling today, brother?
I'm good. My knees ain't hurting. My back not hurting. So hopefully we continue that right now. And I know initially you guys were going to be in Columbia around this time, or trying to go to Columbia around this time.
Yeah, we was trying to blow it out that way, but this thing messed it all up for us. But we're gonna have to try and do something next year, man.
Yeah, hey, whenever we're allowed to travel, we're gonna travel. Because Smooth said something, and I don't know if you remember, in our little group chat a long time ago. He said when this is over with, he's not gonna miss no workout days. He gonna travel.
Nope.
All the stuff that he put off to do, he gonna start doing, which made
you don't realize how much you miss it till you can't.
Exactly.
Yep. I'm telling you.
Which made a ton of sense.
You're absolutely right.
And so with that being said, I think I got to bring in the Queen Pen. Hey, Queen Pen, you ready?
Roomy.
There she go.
Come on, Roomy.
There she go.
Roomy.
Happy birthday!
Look what I got.
Oh,
hey.
Oh,
Turn up.
Turn up. Turn up.
Hey.
Oh, you gotta take that one from
That
the
boy
net.
got that. Hey, that's that 100-pound barbell right
Yeah,
there.
This my new purple. This is my new purple Kool-Aid.
You gotta
purple Kool-Aid.
take it from the, hey, you gotta take it one time for the neck for the heat game.
Nah, hey, this is gonna be our
the heat game.
The heat game. Oh, since you want to go there. Let me tell you about this guy they call Ray-Ban Shorty. There, you don't know this story. I'm gonna end it with this story right here. This is a guy on this group, not me, not Fred, not Wayne, not
Wayne.
So that's what we gonna do.
We're on Bourbon Street. We're on Bourbon Street after the Heat played the Pelicans. This was right after the Heat went on like a 27-28 game win streak. They lost.
Yeah, they lost the night before in Chicago.
Was in New Orleans, and so a lot of us we didn't even think LeBron was gonna play, but he eventually came out and played. So after the game, we go to Bourbon, and somebody leaves their ID in the hotel, so they can't really get in the spots. So we went to this one spot. I mean, when I say it was jumping, it was off the chain. Like the music was right, the vibe was right, people was everywhere, and it just was. It is what it is. So since he couldn't get in, he started acting like he worked there.
Because I was in all black. Remember, I was in all
black. He put his Ray-Bans on, a black T-shirt. So he with the bouncer. Yep. Only thing he was missing was security on the back of the shirt.
He had a black long sleeve.
So now, since he can't get in, he's standing there with security. He's checking IDs, trying to pat people down. All while black Ray-Bans on. So that was the birth of Ray-Ban Shorty.
Ray-Ban Shorty.
It happened. They probably let it go on for 25 minutes before they realized what he was doing. I'm like, look, hey man, you gotta stop doing that.
Dude looking at me say, bro, you gonna get me fired. That's when I didn't let one of our homeboys in the club. Steve, I turned Steve around at the door.
Right. One of our friends tried to get in. He was like, nah, you can't get in here, cuz. So with that being said, Dad, I appreciate you coming through.
Hey man,
I appreciate it, man. Happy birthday! And I can't wait till we can get together and connect. And because we do it right, we do it right when we get together. It's always a good time. But I can say that about everybody on the screen. It's always a good time.
No doubt.
All right. Yeah, I appreciate you stopping by, D.
Hey man,
what's up. Love y'all.
All right, man.
Got one more person to jump in here. One more person to jump in here. This is my heart. This is my heart. This is my daughter. You want to introduce yourself?
Happy birthday.
Thank you. This is my daughter. Since she put TP up here, we're gonna leave it at that. And so I appreciate you coming through to say hello to all my people and wish me happy birthday. I didn't think you was gonna get on because you know you're kind of shy.
Hello.
But you came through. You came through for me. I appreciate you. And just give me something. Give us something as far as our relationship. Because the last time you had to talk about me, you couldn't finish.
Why did you put me on the spot?
Come on, Latasha. Come on, let's go now.
What was the question? You said describe our relationship.
Yes, you can do that.
You literally are the father that I always wanted. Literally, like
Damn.
I feel like I can talk.
Oh,
not tonight.
That's deep there, boy.
Y'all be quiet.
Y'all
be quiet.
Like, to sum it up, you like my OG. I could talk to you about whatever. Come to you. I know you're gonna come through. Yeah.
That's all I need. That was the birthday, the gift right there.
I can say this. I'm gonna say this. I ain't trying to take over, but from the day that him and Tasha started, he literally he'll go to war for you. He always talked about it. I've heard stories about shit, and that dude don't play behind you. I can tell you that.
Not at all.
What's funny?
That's funny. It's funny hearing him say that because I ain't asked him to say that.
Say what?
We just had casual.
She didn't hear what I said. You didn't hear what I said.
Say what?
Tell her again, Wayne.
So basically, from the day that him and Tasha,
I can't hear.
which is my room, she can't hear. Lord Jesus.
But you just go ahead and say it. I'll tell her later. He said basically from the day that me and your moms got together that I always talk about you. I always got mad love for you. And I go to war for you. That's what he's doing.
That's real.
That's real.
that is what it is. So with that being said, the Queen Bee came in, my daughter came through, my boys came through, my YouTube family came through. So everybody came through for my birthday. I appreciate y'all. And y'all know how I end this. I'll see you when I see you. Peace. Y'all stay on. Don't leave yet.
Love you, brother.
Y'all stay on. Don't leave yet.
All right, bet.
Who? Me?